Alright, y'all. I ain't do the weekly reading or whatever the case may be because I necessarily forgot. Because that be helping some folks. And I forgot like a mug. I really did. And so I said I'm just gonna do the monthlies. Monthly energy, like shit that you will be encountering with or dealing with while it's still fresh or whatever the case may be. Yeah. What today is? Yeah, it's the 6th. Just the monthly energy. Then I get back on the weeklies. But this just to like hold you over just in case if I forget the weeklies. But I get back on it. My bad, starting next week because I got all of the love readings out. I think I did though. I got all the monthlies, all the love readings out because it felt like I needed to. So that's basically it. So we gonna see what we dealing with for the month because I forgot, and then necessarily you hear me say we'll go back to the dynamic of the weeklies because you hear me say we in this Leo type energy or whatever the case may be. So a lot of people feeling a little showboaty to where like COVID is kind of lifting up. So a lot of people are going places, doing things, able to go out. Some couples are able to go out to eat. Feeling like a little pressure lifted. Self love is on the map. How we eat, drink, whatever hobbies that's into the way, like things that we do. Because at once upon a time we could not. Um, I did get a heavy energy of somebody like passing and dealing with that or whatever the case may be. So I don't know what that's about or whatever the case may be. Some people may be still mourning lost loved ones because of vulnerability moments going in, inner child connecting, could be maternal parents issues, different things coming up, parent versus parent, pregnancy, dealing with those different types of things, engagements, fulfillments, everything else. When we is rolling to this Leo energy or whatever the case may be, you do know on the 22nd, that's when Virgo season approaches or whatever the case may be. So yeah, let me go ahead and go and get these cards out so we can see necessarily what is coming for the month of Leo season. In the month of August, you got the Fool. Yes. What's that? 4 cups. That's why I was like, damn. Hopefully, I don't miss out certain opportunities. King of Cups. That's like love. It could be love or being emotionally fulfilled, passion projects, or different types of things, or whatever the case may be. I'll read them to y'all as they come out. I'll read it to y'all as I get them out. These cards ain't gonna slide like that, or whatever the case may be. I usually get like a 15 card spread out. I usually do though. And then we just go from there. If I need another deck, I get another deck. But I got another one on standby because I feel like this gonna be one of them. But I'm gonna try to keep it shout. 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 Ooh. Alright. On the bottom of the deck, we got Knight of Cups, the Moon. We got Ace of Cups. That's why I said some of y'all may be going towards love or love, needing empathy, giving it, being surrounded by it, or necessarily gravitating towards it, the passion projects, finding some sense of newness, self-fulfilled, how you treat, what is the things that you do. Some of y'all may be searching for that. You hear me saying the month of August. You got Knight of Cups, the Moon, and the Three of Pentacles. Knight of Cups, you hear me say those passion projects, ideas, creative endeavors, the moon. Some of y'all may have been going through some type of creative type blocks, like learning some sense of newness, or some of y'all could be going to, in this month of energy of learning how to deal with worries, fears, anxieties, picking what's necessarily for you, like 9 of Cups, like walking away and going into certain things that's necessarily for you. That's what it kind of gets me though this month of August. Like a lot of people necessarily gonna be like the energy of fuck it, because a lot of people have necessarily like involving in a sense of fears. Some of y'all going back to school, some of y'all worried about old age, some of y'all are necessarily like trying to take up certain studies or needing to absorb, self-reflect. Like some of y'all just got this worry, and it's just basically around love, relationships, connecting with inner self, family. I don't know, I'm just saying it just gives me like this month of like We'll see, because I don't want to speak too soon. I'll let the cards say it first. Overall energy, y'all got Queen of Swords this month. That's why I said there may be some speaking engagements some of y'all may have to do. Some of y'all may be going to like mediators, people like that third party, Three of Pentacles, people who are communicating, because you do got Ten of Pentacles again, reverse. So I did notice that a lot of people necessarily like in relationships where times were getting tough because of COVID and people going through separations, finances, just everything or whatever the case may be in this month of August. Like a lot of things that's being highlighted. I told y'all unemployment got shot for a lot of people, so a lot of people are necessarily maybe going to be financial counselors or giving financial businesses, seeking that elder responsibility, tact, honesty, emotional fulfillment, all those different types of things. That's what some of y'all are trying to look for. Because maybe we got Eight of Cups. Some of y'all kind of like, Queen of Swords could be a person that necessarily comes to you, or you may be trying to be the Queen of Swords to yourself to mediate some type of drama necessarily that may be going on. So you can say, okay, I finally got what I need and I'm ready to make a move, or I'm ready to walk away and ready to leave something fully behind. So yeah. Energy of August. Because you got Ace of Wands. That's why I said some of y'all doing certain passion projects, and some of y'all ain't got the green light to go. Some of y'all may be going through Ten of Pentacles, like finances changes. I sure been getting it though. Like some of y'all starting businesses and y'all like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to splurge, do this, da da da. I'm gonna have to bite down. Just this type of moment. That's the energy that it has been giving me though. Some people you hear me say necessarily didn't spend their money right for us when it comes to home, and some of y'all having to go back to certain environments that you necessarily didn't want to because it creates a conflict of money, or it may bring up the idea of what you was doing with your money, da 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 da, or somebody's expecting something more. Like that's what it really been giving me though, because Ace of Wands is like the energy of ready to move, and some of y'all may be going through like home improvement type of things. I don't know necessarily, because you got the High Priestess here. That's why I say it's a lot of energy been coming up, especially in this Leo season, because I said a lot of money, contractual, nice things that's coming across the board. But some people are arguing about money or finances or the death of a loved one, or necessarily like secretly hiding money. I don't know where I'm getting it though. It's like secretly hiding money, or dealing with deals or financial aspects. Some of y'all putting people out your house. Some of y'all just, I don't know. That's why I said we'll see. And you got the Six of Wands. That's why I said it's like the conversation. Some of y'all going back to a place or moving. It just gets me though. Like, say for instance, if you stayed out of town, some of y'all moving back to in town or whatever the case may be to deal with this Ten of Pentacles type energy. It could be family. It could be like the loss of a loved one. It could be financial type aspects. It could be to handle businesses. I don't know, but some of y'all coming back to necessarily maybe the mediator, somebody who is over the money, like who is the person who speaks like this what it is, like this energy, like this is what a lot of people going through. Mediator. I'm telling you, like a lot of dreams I've been having, it's like mediating, especially about money matter situations with kids, because I'm telling you, like my dreams has been off the, like my downloads has been off the wham for the month of August. It's just like this protection, this coveting, defensive type energy, because a lot of people necessarily have been feeling like emotionally drained to where they like just don't know where necessary to go, so they just been looking for support in the wrong ways. Because I'm saying like that's what it is in my dream. I told y'all necessarily, well, I didn't tell y'all, but I had a dream about the aspect of where I was in the water, and I tell you I was going to go dip up, and it was kind of like really nice. And so in the midst of that, dealing with it, like it was really pretty. I'm telling you, the water was like really pretty and blue, and necessarily like the water had changed to where it had like snakes, eels, everything in the water. You hear me say necessarily, and it was kind of like two other people. You hear me say that has been giving me a hard time in my life. And another person rose up and was like, get your nosy ass met. Like they was just going off on them or whatever the case may be. So a lot of y'all may be trying to move towards or get coveted or protected in spiritual type senses. That's why I was like, it was kind of like somebody was like, Two of Swords, like, what's up? But anywho, necessarily Two of Swords, you hear me say this energy gives me like some people may be sitting in the middle, like y'all trying to make certain judgments that need to be. The Queen of Swords may be necessarily hearing both people out to try to see what's the best outcome for a situation, because it's kind of like slow. It's just like, oh, can we hurry up and get this shit over? Some of y'all necessarily maybe house hunting, or the movement in of families, because I sure been getting a lot of dreams about that though, for us people who into Like, say for instance, if your partner has a baby and you got a baby, just the whole blended of families, I've been getting that a lot too. Like trying to mediate the two to see how that's gonna work out. You got Nine of Wands and the Sun here. That's why I said it's like somebody has like a mama bear type protection when it comes to kids or situation, like somebody's vulnerable to the aspect. And then too, I've been getting a lot of downloads of people who are pregnant or after pregnancy, like just last month of July, like, because July I kept saying, oh, somebody's pregnant, somebody's pregnant, ooh, somebody finna come out, they finna say they pregnant, and it just feel like somebody was just like, like they was dealing with some fears, some worries when it comes to pregnancy or birth the baby, like they just don't feel like mommy. It was like that type of energy or whatever the case may be. Because you got the Four of Swords, and some of y'all got some people that's like, mommy to the rescue, like this, because they know that you're not necessarily gonna say nothing or ask for help. Alright, where did stay up Nine of Swords come from? Oh, anywho. Lovers. That's why I said some of y'all waiting on some contractual type deals to come in. Because you got Lovers, Knight of Swords, and the King of Wands. And this goes back to, you hear me say Ten of Pentacles. Somebody, you hear me say, that's an elder of a person that's over something. They trying to, why my throat doing that? Some of y'all necessarily may be trying to speak up. Because you got Knight of Wands and King of Wands, though. So some people, you hear me say, that's in a position of authority. It could be a boss or somebody that's taking advantage, stealing money from a company or whatever the case may be. Companies going under, like trying to finance different shit, and somebody's trying to communicate, and they in a tyrannical type space. So the Queen of Swords is coming in. So some of y'all may be getting some legal matters, like legal help to help mediate the conflict, because you have Empress here too. Some of y'all kind of insecure about that or whatever the case may be. Y'all may have doubts. So some of y'all necessarily, I do get some people that's like coming into a marriage and like prenuptial agreements and shit was coming up for a lot of people, or just thinking about the idea of marriages or whatever the case may be, or the home, both too. But some of y'all got a lot of doubts. That's why I said this here gives me like somebody, if you had kids or you are pregnant with kids, somebody's necessarily like, I don't feel like mommy, or I don't feel like daddy, that type of energy. Like somebody don't feel like that, like I don't feel like myself. You got the World here too. Ten of Pentacles, the World. That's what I said. This argument about finances or not being able to move, or putting somebody out of home, transitioning. Somebody feels like it's slowing them down. Because you got Four of Cups and the Six of Wands. Like if somebody's in a place of a business and you dealing with family drama or like entrepreneur type style, it's kind of like you feeling like dealing with this is slowing me down from getting money. Like it is. Somebody's like, this is slowing me up. Like say for instance, you had somewhere to be, a deal or whatever the case may be, you kind of like, okay. And it's kind of like when it comes to contractually signing something or dealing with certain things or whatever, it's kind of like this lack of trust in a person to be able to deal with those things that you need them to do with this person to deliver, because you happen to deal with stuff on the home front. So it's kind of like you taking that energy of doubt and worry of the naysayers of other people and putting it into business. Like that's what it is. Like somebody is. Because you got Ten of Swords too. Because Ten of Swords necessarily could be... Ten of Swords could be necessarily... is the energy of money. There you go. There you go. Eight of Swords and the Five. That's why I said some of y'all stuck in the middle of something. Some of y'all maybe ain't been getting out of no contracts, or somebody maybe asking you for 3 years. But 2020 is almost up. So think about that. Catch that. But some of y'all may be signing contracts with somebody maybe 3 years, or some of y'all may be in the making of this argument of family or conflict or drama about money. It's been going on for 3 years. It's like it may have died down, flare back up, died down, flare back out. Somebody got a repetitive history with Ten of Pentacles of finding a home and finding a place. Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups, though, that's why I said somebody's stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Especially when it comes to this, like I said, it gives me like death type energy, like somebody passed. Like it just gives me this money, like somebody, say for instance, somebody has some money or some wealth, somebody's like, I'm gonna get this, or whatever. Because I mean, it's kind of like somebody's under a whole shitload of pressure. But some of y'all necessarily moving into the month, the energy. Two of Cups. That's why I say y'all got partnerships, y'all got relationships. Going back to the family type drama. Some of y'all got people who got kids. Oh, Ten of Wands and Six of Cups. Some of y'all, when it comes to the kids aspect of y'all both moving home, the Empress is the mom or the person or who's the more caterer when it comes to like taking care of the home. They feel tired. So maybe she's trying to start up something, get a business, do something, but it's causing conflict because somebody's not being able to be there in the month of August. So I see that coming up a lot. Say, for instance, it was a stay-at-home mom, and she finally got a job or some type of career aspect that finally just kicked off. Is causing a whole lot of problems. Because you got, yes. Shit. Because you got the moon being here as well. You got the moon being here as well. The Devil. Let's see what that's about, though. And I'm going to swap decks because I feel like it's about that time to swap decks. See what else going on for the month of August, but we got to find out what this Capricorn energy is about, though. Ooh. King of Pentacles, the Star, Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. That's what it is. It's the egos, entitlement. I don't know why I've been getting this, though. Somebody took some money to start up a business, and somebody's waiting on something. It's kind of like somebody's doubting them in this process. The negativity that's coming from like the binding, the longevity, if it's going to suit or being something, somebody don't want to lock in on something for 3 years, but it's necessarily 2020. It's almost over. 2021, like this is the time to plan so you can execute and create the timing of certain things. For some of y'all in a relationship with a person, it's just downright toxic. Like both of y'all bring out the worst in each other. Like necessarily King of Pentacles with those people that's moving back. Like y'all don't know how to save. It's like this drug. Y'all got addictions and certain things that come into the relationship, especially when it comes to finances, spending, laying roots. It's too much that's going on before it even get to the kids. It's kind of like two grown-ass adults that's necessarily fighting for a sense of control, how something's going to go, which way it's going to go, because you got Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, because when it comes to money, who needs to give, who needs to receive, what are we going to do, we're going to do this, da-da-da-da, like that's what's causing a lot of conflict, and it's kind of like everybody's working against themselves. Hereford. But we're going to, wait a minute, we're going to do two spreads. We're going to find out what this contractual thing about. You got Knight of Cups and the Judgment. That's why I said some of y'all dealing with family drama. So we're going to see what this contractual thing about for is. The Lovers in that. And we're going to see what this Five of Cups, Two of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles is about. We're going to see what that's about. Oh, then we're going to set them to the side, though. Because that seems like that's the month of August. Especially when it comes to money and finances, though. We're going to take that King of Pentacles, too, with that, too. Because somebody a little bit doubtful about some moves. Money being made. All right. Let's go. Ugh, my throat. What is that? Oh, yeah, I know. But, yeah, though I said some of y'all, when it comes to a contract, though, y'all looking at it being binding or long term or whatever the case may be. It really is, though. I don't know why I see that, but let's go. Some of y'all do, though. And then, too, if you're dealing with a sense of relationship, though, somebody wants more of the control. Somebody wants to say, well, we do this and we do this and we do this. It's like people on separate pages or whatever the case may be. Because it's not long term, but it's binding. Solidifying. Like, that's the word I'm getting. It's solidifying. Ace of Wands and the Moon. What's up under 3 of Cups? Let's see. It's binding. We're going to see what's going on with these contracts, though. Some of y'all think about marriage, though, because the Hierophant did come out. Y'all did see it or whatever the case may be. Oh, that's why I said it got something to do with marriages or whatever the case may be, in separations. You got the moon, or it could be going into a marriage. Some of y'all getting prenups. Some of y'all dealing with the idea of that. So let's see what this Lovers and the Devil and the money matters and the career part and the career part and the career part. All right, you got the World upright. Some of y'all may be working in mass communications, though. with the with the lovers being here in the four on the page of wands, some of y'all still trying to hold on to certain things. I don't know if it's finances or how things supposed to be constructed or whatever the case may be, but somebody has a problem. It's not financially, or it could be keeping a business afloat, or somebody's not necessarily thinking about long term. Like somebody may be taking personal matters into business. I don't know who that's for this month. Then you got Nine of Cups, High Priestess, and the Three of Cups, though. That's why I said it's kind of like somebody necessarily. It's this, say for instance, where you have those private investors or people that come in to offer something or gathering a sense of resources. It's somebody that's dealing with a sense of power, control. Three of Cups, it's like secret type moves, secret thing. Like it's a secretive at the same time. The moon, some of y'all intuitively know that this is an issue, and some of y'all necessarily know that it just gives me though with the Seven of Pentacles and the Moon and the Nine of Wands when it comes to business type matters. Some of y'all gonna necessarily feel like you're vulnerable, like it's something that's out of your league. Some of y'all still plagued by the sense of fear because it's something that you don't know and it's out of the norm. So you feel like you're not gonna be able to maintain this Seven of Pentacles though. And it's kind of like seven figures. Some of y'all seven figures. Some of y'all it's just money that's coming in. It could necessarily be getting an extra zero on your check. It could be bonuses, whatever the case may be. I don't know, but it necessarily got something to do with it. We'll figure it out as a cover up. But let's get over to this long term. Nine of Pentacles though. Yeah, binding. It's gonna bring in a lot. It looks like though it's gonna bring in a lot with the Seven of Cups. Some of y'all think it's an illusion. Some of y'all may be counting the money for it necessarily to come in, or whatever the case may be. It's bringing in. It's gonna bring in money, but it's gonna work the shit out of you. That's where negotiations come up about, right? Hierophant. Yeah, buddy. Six of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Yeah, that's what it is. Nine of Pentacles is necessarily like some of the way y'all been going about getting money. Y'all going about it in a hustler type state. Y'all doing too much to exhaust yourself. That's why the wealth that you're accumulating, it makes it seem like you're actually doing what it is you need to do, but at the same time, you just feel exhausted. Some of y'all just may just make money just enough and don't even, like money just sitting in a bank account and it's just spending on shit like this. Shit to make themselves feel happy or whatever the case may be. The Hierophant in business is kind of like somebody's challenging somebody to do something differently. But with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, it's kind of like somebody's very, very, if it's like finances though, if this was a person, not the resource type of person or whatever the case may be, if it's an investment, I think somebody's worried about more when somebody gets on the back end. At the same time, when it comes to business or whatever the case may be, y'all, this kind of give me though, going back to the abuse of power, where a person was stealing money or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like somebody job got taken away from them. I want to say that though. So it's kind of like somebody's going under new management, like a new company is going under new finances or whatever the case may be, and they trying to get y'all. If you working for a job and you got like new rules that's coming in, it's kind of like trying to get y'all to conform. And some employees necessarily left because they felt like they had to kiss somebody ass or push something away, or I don't know. Let's see. Yep, I said that though. The Lovers, Ten of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Some of y'all was like, fuck that contract. Somebody trying to get me for 3 years. Devil does speaks of like negativity or whatever the case may be. It does speaks of like the dark part of thinking that like somebody's just overly thinking about the negative. So somebody necessarily walked away from something only to be pushing the same narrative over and over and over and over again, because they looked at 3 years. I'm telling you, it just gets me like 3 years, or necessarily in 2020 is almost over with. So somebody looked at something for 3 years, what I'm basically trying to say, and it was kind of like, hell no. Because the way they go about getting money, they think that necessarily it's kind of like, oh, okay, or somebody thinks something is smoke and mirrors. Either somebody was in a bad contract to where it's affecting a new contract, and they about to push away this and do the same thing over and over and over again. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Because you got Queen of Swords. Some of y'all is like real raunchy. Let me see. Let's see if we can get some in the middle that connects these both. All right. Yes. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, the Magician, Seven of Wands, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, this was some of y'all did. Either if you were starting a business and you went under, y'all was making sure that your employees were necessarily straight, and it was people that was taking advantage of you. Some people gave the illusion of necessarily that they were this, and they didn't know how to handle the Queen of Pentacles type energy. So because of this energy, they had to start closing out certain people, and certain people were shorted on finances. And the Five of Swords, and this truth that's coming out, or whatever the case may be, in like legal type matters. So it's kind of like, if a business is going into changes or whatever the case may be, you got a person that's coming in saying, how can I get my money back off this investment? And they found out certain things where the company was going. It's about, this is going this way. So this is what a lot that's been going on with some of y'all. This is why y'all can't connect or necessarily sign or feel like you should be in it, because you feel like it's an illusion or whatever the case may be. Yep. Because some of y'all in the middle kind of like trying to weigh the pros and cons. But I really just feel like somebody's stuck on the years type aspects. But the Nine of Pentacles speaks of where somebody was working like a dog. They was like, let's just focus on money. I'm going to just do this. You know how, like I told y'all when I created my blog site, for the first 2 months, I was pushing out blogs like for 30 days straight. So that's 60 days. I feel like I had to get up pushing out 1 or 2 blogs just because I told people and they knew from a different platform to be able to find out about it, just to keep the audience in. And then when I got tired, it was kind of like, holy shit, until I had to start letting people know. Yeah. It just gets me though. It's changing things, but somebody trying to figure out something for it's fair. It is. But we're going to get back to the Ten of Pentacles, though, about somebody in families or whatever the case will be. So this was coming up in the month of June. I was going to say June. August. This possibly been going on since June. And some of y'all just now coming to the forefront, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, though. Some of y'all, this probably been going on since June. Some of y'all necessarily figuring this out for the forefront. It's coming to the light. Overall, on the bottom of the deck, you got the Star, King of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Some of y'all necessarily wasn't paying attention or necessarily just invested into a lot of things, because the Page of Pentacles speaks of like somebody that doesn't want to learn. Like they didn't necessarily, like you see with a lot of people, they say, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna start a business, I'm gonna let you do this, because they got the money to keep it afloat. And it's kind of like with this over here, with this person that's wanting some sort of commitment, they like, and somebody about to be like, I'm done. Like, that's what kind of gets me, though. Somebody feels like, I'm straight, so I don't care. On the inside, to actually feel like to stop, to feel like they lost something, or whatever the case may be. Okay, we're going to see what that is, though. You done found out what that is about that contractual type matter. That's why I said some of y'all. It just gives me, I don't know necessarily. You hear me say if it's a, when it comes to like better deals and shit like that, I don't know. So let's go. Her Two of Cups is upright, Five of Cups is upright, King of Pentacles, that was reversed. So y'all can see. Let's see what's going on. Because I told y'all, going back to this energy. Some of y'all moving in. Some of y'all moving in with Lovers. And we're going to follow that one first before I confuse the shit out of y'all. Some of y'all moving in with Lovers or whatever the case may be, and y'all regretting this shit. Kind of like, damn. Like, that's what it kind of feels me, though. Like, some of y'all are regretting Two of Cups behind you. It could be friends, relationships, certain people, things that you could do, your own happiness, feeling like this relationship is more of a waste. I knew I shouldn't have took this idea. I really like you. Da, 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 da. Like, it just gives me that or whatever the case may be. There we go. You got Queen of Swords, Temperance, and the Ten of Swords. Yes, that's why I said some of y'all ain't not commit, like y'all wrecked to talk about how you feel on the inside, where you hear me say mommy doesn't feel like herself or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like that type of energy, Ten of Swords, to where y'all just over it, done. Like, that's what it is. It's kind of like somebody's communicating this. Fuck you then, I leave. I ain't gotta be here. It's like that type of energy with two people, whatever the case may be. That's the devil in the world. They slide. They ain't want to get out. Whew. The Fool and the Queen of Wands. That's why I said yes, yes. Yeah, somebody ready to jump ship in a relationship. They is 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Somebody was very unhappy about it. Somebody necessarily could have gave somebody the illusion that they was going to be able to take care of them, or somebody was going to be able to pull their weight, so it caused finances type problems. The 4 of Pentacles, going back to the energy, somebody was withholding money and somebody necessarily didn't want to support. 9 of Cups, the idea that somebody had the romanticize of family, it didn't work. It didn't work. That's why I said month of August, this shit is weird. That's why I said, girl, what is y'all doing? It's so ghetto over here. Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. That's why I say, yeah, somebody's over it. Like, maybe it's kind of like the idea of that, like, somebody thought they was going to be like a team and work together, but they didn't, so they end up feeling very stressed. It's kind of like somebody wanted the idea of a family or to do this, like the food, like, jumps into something or whatever the case may be, and somebody's kind of like damn right unhappy, like they stressed about it. It's more in the headspace though. So that's where, like, this Queen of Swords is like just vomiting her disdain for this situation. All right, let's see what's going on with this. So let's see what's going on with the what I say, evictions. Cause some of y'all going through evictions, like for real. Some of y'all getting evicted, moving back, then spend money. 6 of Wands and the Page of Swords. That's crazy. Some of y'all was out partying, hanging, doing all this different types of stuff, trying to look good, get the illusion. Page of Swords, all in that money. You got Ace of Wands and the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Some of y'all like piggybacking on this energy where a person necessarily lied about their money or whatever the case may be. Like, somebody's ready to move on because, like, somebody probably collected more debt. So it's kind of like somebody walked away while the other person was still in debt, or another person necessarily couldn't breathe in that environment. Because you got 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Justice. As I said, it's money. Some of y'all necessarily was like, oh, we're going to get a home. You can move in. We do this. You can just pay half on the bills. Da, 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 da. All this, and this. Only to recognize that, like, somebody who house it was, because y'all to discover the guidelines of money, somebody felt unfair to where somebody was necessarily spending more on themselves and not thinking about the others. They weren't thinking about nobody else. Going back to the High Priestess though, that's like divinity, intuition. Somebody knew going into something or the idea of something, because they didn't discuss it, was unfair. It was unfair. And I told you I've been getting like this a lot. I don't know who this is that's hiding money. Like, it just gives me like this great selfish type energy. 8 of Swords. Yeah, that's somebody that's sitting there like somebody feels like somebody does shit to make themselves look good. They really do. Somebody does a lot of shit to make themselves look good. Like, let me just say that. Because you got 9 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and the Star. That's why I say, yeah, this crazy. 9 of Wands speaks, so you hear me say that open and honest, that's open and raw and vulnerable. 10 of Cups, taking advantage of certain people. Because it also speaks to that. You got 6 of Cups and the Star as well. That's why I said somebody that's like, somebody necessarily, when y'all be moving in and trying to be with people in the idea of relationships, Six of Cups speaks of childhood trauma, where I keep dropping healing your inner child in blogs. Some of y'all, as two people, got into a relationship with others and necessarily trying to base this off childhood. Well, Bay gonna do this, Bay gonna do this, only for Bay not to do this, and to turn out for both of y'all to say, well, we leaving, somebody stuck with majority of the bills, or somebody just left and both of y'all just just had to leave the house. That's what it kind of gets with that. Somebody stuck with majority of the load. And that's where, like, the Queen of Swords is like, I don't care. Where she's communicating this disdain. Ooh, Jesus, August, be good to me. Do we have anything coming up good? Anything? Two of Wands for some of y'all. All this in the headspace for some of y'all. For some of y'all on the ladder for us dealing with those karmic style relationships, this is it. You got the Chariot in reverse, Two of Wands, and the Three of Swords. That's why I said, yeah. And I did get that too the first time when I was trying to pull on Cancer energy in the love reading to figure out. I was kind of like, it's kind of like somebody left somebody only to move somebody else in. Like somebody gave them illusion it was gonna be long term. They either brung somebody in the house, or they necessarily put them out to bring somebody else in. Because Three of Swords are bright. It's kind of like cheating. So it had to be some type of cheating, infidelity type scandal thing. Four Wands. That's what I said. Yeah, for some of y'all, August is going to be rough. Some of y'all been dealing with this since June. And y'all necessarily decided to make the jump to leave the Ace of Wands, because it's kind of like that truth of the matter came out. Somebody finally got their voice to say, you know what, I'm over it. I'm done. This is not working for me. Being with you, I hate it here. Da-da-da-da. Like somebody necessarily like ready to make that jump. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Somebody like, I learned my lesson. I'm out. That's why I said, whew. This is the karmic part that we don't necessarily talk about when people talk about karmic lovers. Ten of Wands. When we talk about those karmic lovers that y'all necessarily be like, oh, okay. No, baby, this is the real spiel. You got King of Cups reverse, the Tower reverse, and the Three of Cups. Somebody don't want to take their load for the bullshit that they did. Somebody don't. Somebody, you hear me say, some of y'all are the person that this is happening to because maybe you did this to others, or it's a karmic type style type lesson because your intuition, somebody told them necessarily that things that they didn't unpack before going into the relationship, that was the problem. For somebody was the idea of, say for instance, where the baby father, the baby mama broke up and somebody came in trying to help somebody out to do the best that they could. They came in off the illusion type base thinking they could create this lifestyle, so somebody went into a separation. They did. For some of y'all just overspent y'all money in COVID, and now y'all got to go back and move with family, and some of them talking about your ass. So y'all trying to figure out where can you go because you don't want them talking about you. Because Three of Cups does speak of gossip. Some of y'all don't want them talking about y'all. That's what it is. Because you got the Empress, Knight of Swords, and the Six of Swords. It could be a mom. It could be a sibling or a person, you hear me say, that's necessarily that cares for you, but the Knight of Swords in the most tyrannical type way, kind of like, you know that meme when they got like the New Year, New Me, where the lady, she's stepping on blocks, and then in the middle of the year, you see the dude at the door like, yeah, I know your ass back, ain't it? It's kind of like that type of energy. So it's kind of like an ex or somebody necessarily doing this, and they playing these games, and then you come right back, or somebody trying to set up a trap so somebody necessarily can fail, or it's negativity. But for some of y'all got to move because y'all didn't do what y'all need to do, and y'all gotta go back. Y'all staying with a mom, a sibling, a cousin, a brother, a dad, whoever it is, and they very mouthy and controlling. So some of y'all trying to avoid that because they talk about you. You got Scorpionic, Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil is being reversed. That's why I say, yeah, somebody's very immature, very stubborn. Something needs to change. So if you was in a relationship with a person, and this is like a flare-up, just you hear me say the blending of two families, somebody necessarily was led basically off sex. I think the intention of somebody else, what a lot of y'all do, where you hear me say, I don't like this Netflix and chill era of where we're going to have sex, we're going to hang with each other. Some of y'all built these relationships in COVID, prior to COVID, just a couple months before. Like, oh, I'm going to hang with him. Yeah. Only for this not to go the way it was supposed to go. It wasn't supposed to last this long in certain relationships. So this person showed their ass over and over and over again for you to recognize, like, okay, I don't need it no more. And some of y'all don't want to go back home or deal with certain family members or deal with certain changes because you know they're going to talk about you and they're going to tell your business and you know they don't necessarily have your best interests. Because I feel the Six of Swords, like some of y'all may go back to the same environment because you know they're going to talk about you. Ooh. Emperor, Four of Pentacles, the Sun in reverse, and the King of Wands. That's why I said, oof. You knew they gonna have a lot of shit to say. And it gives me both too, because somebody's an illusionist that I told you did this to somebody. Like, it just gives me knowing the spread. One of y'all did this to somebody, whatever the case may be. I'm sorry, this may be long for the months or whatever the case may be, but one of y'all did this to somebody, whatever the case may be, and somebody like that's what your ass get. Oh, I thought my shit went off. But some of y'all did this to somebody, and it's like somebody emotionally manipulative with finances too, because the Emperor is reversed. So somebody could be very rigid, financially domineering. That's what I'm basically hearing. But yeah, y'all did this to somebody. Somebody like, I knew your ass would be back. I told you that told you that shit wasn't gonna work. Like, that's what somebody telling somebody, or whatever the case may be. They like, I told you that shit wasn't gonna work. That's what your ass get. Da, 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 da. You should have kept, like, that's what it is. Like somebody saying, you should have kept your goddamn house. Da, 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 da. You should have did this. Did nobody tell your dumb ass? Like, I can just hear somebody saying that, or whatever the case may be. And somebody's like, ugh, this is why I didn't want to come back, or I didn't want to talk about it. But we'll see what else comes out, or whatever the case may be. Because that's a lot for the month of August. That's why I said I ain't skipping on the weeklies no more. Because, do I want to get another bed? Is it behind me? Because I put them in my backpack, though. Because I told y'all yesterday I was sitting outside. We get y'all some spirit animals, though. Because we gonna see what's going on. But yeah, necessary, that's like the month of August. So that's why some of y'all dealing with moving back. Some of y'all extra finances. Some of y'all overspent. Some of y'all moved. Some of y'all took some money trying to do some business investments into certain things, or whatever the case may be. Some of y'all sneaky signed up contract behind your partner back, or whatever the case may be. But for some of y'all, it's just y'all going through disagreements and arguments about a family, or the idea that because somebody wasn't necessarily looking for the long-term commitment, not saying they didn't want to be with you, but just the idea of taking care of kids. So it's kind of like somebody finally recognizing it, or whatever the case may be. So leaving that relationship, somebody might necessarily be stuck. Like, they didn't grow from it. They didn't learn from it. So it actually broke them up. So somebody's trying to stick into something to put up with a lot, because of that Six of Cups speaks to childhood trauma. So somebody like, well, I'm going to stick this out. I'm going to go ahead and let it work, because I don't want them to say, you know, like they gave up. Like that old school mentality of, you don't divorce. That type of shit. And some of y'all are not even married to this person. Because the hair fun didn't come out. So y'all just like, I'm going to just play with it. Da-da-da-da. Like that. Because you think you got to. So, ooh, I left out 2 cards. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what some of y'all doing though. But we're going to see what else comes out, because this one is lengthy. Sorry, y'all. Because, whew. See what else comes out. I think that's basically it though. Or whatever. Just saying no. Y'all got 5 of Wands, King of Wands, the Fool in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune, though. As I said, this been going on for a long time. Somebody been going through this since June, or whatever the case may be. 4 Swords. You got the High Priestess being reversed, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. 7 of Swords. Yeah, buddy. This is some rough type energy, though. Whew. Because that's a harsh truth to bounce back from, to be in a relationship with somebody and to know that they don't even like, they ain't gonna say they don't like your kids, but the idea of not wanting to be in a family with you. Because some people have that idea to where they see the way you take care of others and they want that for them. So they get in a relationship with you and they don't know how to reciprocate. So some of y'all may be going through some harsh separations. You got Six of Cups, the Judgment, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. Some of y'all are like, huh, okay, because I said some of y'all finishing up certain karmic type paths, rising above from it, taking your lessons and moving on, but some of y'all letting this weigh you down. Like you is. Some of y'all letting it weigh you down, but y'all trying to push through though. You trying to push through because it don't give me no quitter. Overall mood, you got Knight of Swords. That's why I said Knight of Swords. Somebody's very mouthy. Mouthy. Lower vibration and mouthy is hell. Ooh, I knew this was gonna be long. Five of Wands. Ooh, shit. Five of Wands. Shit, I'm trying to pick it up. Five of Wands. Four of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and the Strength. Some of y'all necessarily like trying y'all best. If it's like a lease or a house or something you sign with a person, you just like, shit, I should have signed this motherfucker. Some of y'all trying to bury y'all way through, and y'all may be going around people that don't mean you no good, taking their energy with you wherever else, and just being stuck in their energy and trying to survive because the alpha, the leader, trying to take it what you can do for the pack. I told you, some of y'all like, ooh, let me just go ahead and burn down with this energy. It'll be over. Because you got the Queen, King of Wands. King of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Cups. Some of y'all, like, who, like some of y'all didn't follow y'all intuition. Some of y'all didn't listen when it comes to certain family members or certain things. It's kind of like somebody really doesn't want to bring attention to the matter. So somebody may just be going around family and friends at this moment. They kind of like, hey, and you kind of like, what do you want? Like, you know, if you necessarily don't see them a lot, it's kind of like somebody's looking for a sense of outlet. Because it is, because they locked in with somebody and they kind of like, I should have never came. Ooh, this August energy is rough. Because you got the Fool being reversed. The Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords being reversed. And the King of Cups. So I said, some of y'all, like that's what it was when somebody had cheated or felt obligated to cheat or necessarily leave. Some of y'all was sneaking around. Some of y'all was necessarily sneaking around, especially this King of Cups being reversed, and they don't care. They don't care. If this was a straight couple, this is where like men being given the illusion of women that's, oh, okay, well, every woman, she's meek, she's mild, da 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 da, this is here, oh my gosh, she loves me. No, she's a masculine energy, very apathetic, could give a fuck less about anything else. So it could be a partner or whatever case that you're connecting to. It's kind of like, I don't care, it is what it is. So somebody's like, we just gonna pay these bills and shut the fuck up. Like, that's the energy it give me, and it's just like, that sucks ass. Because you got Knight of Pentacles again being reversed. Nine of Cups. Two of Wands. Two of Wands and an Ace of Cups. Yeah, we finna get ready to wrap this up. That's why I said, yeah. And the Queen of Wands. Yeah, that's why I said somebody cheated on somebody necessarily. And the idea, King of Queen of Wands is a suit. King of Cups is where somebody went to go find a sense of passion or leaving a relationship. And somebody trying to come back and be a pair. But the King of Wands back is to whoever this is. It could be a mother, a parent. You hear me say the ideal of a family. Somebody who gets themselves in dumb type situations. And somebody's kind of like, I'm over it. Like, you keep doing the same shit. Because Seven of Swords speaks of where, like, somebody who maliciously do shit to where somebody's like, fuck you, I'm gone. Like, this is where, like, somebody will intently do stuff to harm people, whatever, and don't care. Where you hear me say somebody's very manipulative. And it's kind of like somebody had to eat their own humble pie. 9 of Wands. That's why I said 9 of Wands. And they real defensive. I told y'all, this be the word. This is the craziest shit. I tell you, people do you bad and turn around and be like, hey. And you be like, what? Like, they don't have no shame. But for some of y'all trying to keep y'all humbleness or whatever the case may be. And a lot of y'all may be getting downloads or situations about this like I have. And your crown chakra is rocked. I told y'all some of y'all going to be putting people out your place. They may have came to it. Certain blows, arguments, fights, institutions, works, all these different types of things. This is necessarily what it is. But we're going to get y'all some advice. And we finna get up off y'all. Because you got 6 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. That's why I said, yeah, somebody like abusive. It could be in a financial type matter. I'm telling you, somebody's very emotionally manipulative, especially when it comes to financial type matters. And I don't like that. Like somebody's my way or the highway. Page of Cups is very sinister. They're very manipulative. They're uncompromising unless it's their way. King of Wands is kind of controlling too. But even if somebody, then I said somebody, all right, I'm finna get out this though, because we're not finna go into this all day. I'm gonna get y'all some what you call. You got the Moon and the 3 of Cups though. That's why I said it just ends into this. It's like that. Let me tell you something. It's like this energy of we're necessarily kind of like, you know how you see them couples that be together, but they know they ain't going to break up. So one cheat from time to time because they know it's cheaper to keep her. That type of energy. So it's kind of like, I go over here and do this. You know I'm going to leave her. Da, 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 da. I'm just with her for the bills. So we can. That's the energy that is reaping off some of this. Like it is because, again, somebody got in a relationship with somebody and did not want to be a parent to their child or their own kid. They didn't because somebody was more infatuated, the 7 of Cups, with a person. And only for this person to get mad and go to a tyrannical type space is because they like this. They controlling, they sneaky, they manipulative. It's my way or the highway. So necessary this person snuck around to go cheat on them or to be with somebody, or they were very apathetic about this because in the necessary they kind of like, hell, you don't love me, shit, you don't appreciate me, even if it was flirting or the matter, they kind of like, you don't, shit, it is what it is. So it's kind of like, shit, we here for the kids, that type of energy. And it's like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. But some of y'all, it's kind of like somebody that's coming back to y'all and y'all kind of got y'all back to them. Y'all kind of like, no, because you always do this. You always in some shit. Like, that's manipulative. That's things like you always in some shit. The magician is always concocting something. Like, he's trying to do something. This is the illusion. Manipulative, sneaky. 10 of Wands. Page of Wands. Oh, I got a trick. Look. I got a trick. Only for now, for the shit that you experience with a person, now for them to be going through it as well. So that's what it is. It's kind of like, say for instance, case of the ex. One of y'all exes going to be hitting y'all because they going through the same shit they put you through, and they going to be out here pouring out their heart. Didn't I say that in the Scorpio type reading? I think I said that in the Scorpionic type reading. I said y'all going to have an ex that's going to pop up trying to pull their motherfucking heart out and shit. Don't be like, oh, I'm sorry. And you going to be like, this shit not going to work. Like some of y'all, I'm going to pull y'all about 3 cards from this and get y'all about 3 animal cards. Or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Some of y'all did. Right on the money. Oh, okay. We need 2 more. Queen of Wands and 9 of Swords reversed. I like that, though. Being able to take the risk, doing what you need to do and be guilt-free. 10 of Swords as well, reversed. Bottom of the deck, you got the Justice. Favor ain't fair. But sometimes watch how you move. Because you don't want to get out of one situation, get into another, and end up keep reaping the same karmic type situation. So be careful. Even if somebody's treating you unfair, you trying to leave for the betterment of you. Don't leave to prove a motherfucker wrong. Only have to come back to the same person you need. So some of y'all do that, though. I just want to say that out loud. Some of y'all do that. So, it ain't nothing bad, though, but the month of August, Jesus. Like, y'all just ghetto as hell over here. Y'all get over here. I'm just playing though. I let it say I have been in these positions before in my life. That's how I made a profit in this will. That's why spirit like. It is so funny though, because the shit that's coming up in the spread is where somebody else clocked it as a reader and said it, and then Divine was like, "Here go your time to shine." I was like, "Hell no, I want to help them." Cobra, being able to rise above the serpent to lessons. You got the starfish though. All right, let's see what else though. You got the dragonfly in reverse and the beaver. Okay, can I read those and we done? Or whatever the case may be. Whew. Cobra, you hear me say that energy is that snake energy. Some of y'all may be in a person in a relationship, maybe looking for that type of warm, because you hear me say snakes can't last in the winter. And a lot of people get in relationships that's in the winter. Like you hear me say, like people just think about, we say tax time. It's not about somebody needing your money. It's necessarily not that for some. It's necessarily people just looking for somebody to be close to hold on to. Because snakes can't survive in the winter. They need that warm. That's why they try to find themselves in trees or get in the ground or whatever the case may be. This is what they do. But some of y'all are trying to rise above it and use that serpent type energy as wisdom. You got the starfish as well. Some of y'all may be feeling stuck. This is water, like emotionally, because you pick starfish up. They kind of like slappy, like octopuses, but they can stick to certain substances as well. Like they really can. So some of y'all may be feeling emotionally stuck. You got the dragonfly reverse and the beaver. The dragonfly speaks of transmuting, spiritual awareness, and ascending, and the beaver as well. Like you hear me say, I like it because it's upright. Because you hear me say the beaver knows what necessarily needs to shut out to be able, this Queen of Wands energy, to be able to transform. But the dragonfly's reverse, like I said, going back to those intuitive type things. Sorry, I'll make sure that from now on, I do the weeklies because I didn't know it was a little raunchy like that. Okay. I didn't know it was that bad. I'll tell you that I didn't know. Queen of Wands. Creative collaboration, soul connections, passion inspired by spirit and artists. I am capable of a strong friendship that inspires me and encourages me to express myself in my own way. I co-create with others dedicated to a vision of achieving the highest good of all. How I might join in a dance of co-creation, letting spirit flow through me and inspire me to express my passion. For some of y'all that's getting into passion projects, make sure that you know how to learn the art of negotiation, that you necessarily don't push it away that could be in your favor. For some of y'all working a little too hard. For some of y'all necessarily that's finding your dream and communicating. You got to learn how to be able to work with others for people in a marriage or relationship or commitment when it comes to doing certain things, or sneaky feeling like you got to, oh, I'm going to take this money, I'm going to do this. You got to still converse with them before you even make a move. Even if they say no, it's like I still put you onto it. Even if it pops or not, it's still letting somebody get the option to choose. They don't dictate your choice. That's what a lot of people fail to recognize. All right. Going back to the 9 of air. Shifting negative self-talk to self-compassion, from fear to possibility, a call to faith. With a gentle, maleficent voice, I tell myself that I will be okay and that I am okay, and that any fear is merely false evidence appearing as real. I forgive myself because I know I'm human, trying to be the best I can, and need only call on spirit to remember that I can and will do better as new possibilities begin to gather on my horizon. That's why I said some of y'all got some good shit on the way, but y'all got that negativity where y'all taking it from the fam to the job to the, like, no, just stay home at this moment and process. Take time to take a moment to breathe. Alright. Last one, 10 of swords, where some of y'all trying to end certain shit with certain people where y'all like, fuck it, you just keep the house, you just do this, I'm good, I can't take it. Graceful endings and hopeful beginnings meet at a point of an epiphany and an end to old ways of thinking. It is all up from here. As I bless the ending, grateful for the lessons that I have learned, that I could free from patterns that no longer serve me. I allow my circumstances to end with grace, as I know something better can appear at any time. I am thankful that from now on I can respond differently to any challenges in my life. That's why I said, you ain't learn shit. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just playing. You ain't learned shit that I told you. But for some of y'all, it's going to take y'all to really just get into the space of understanding and knowing what it is that you have to do for you. Follow your intuition. It's just a mishap for certain people going into a relationship. communicating what needs that you have for the people who trying to do blended families and it's not working. So sometimes a partner doesn't know how to be that mom because they didn't have that mom. They don't know how to be that father because they didn't have that. So yeah, think about that before y'all get into them gender roles and start saying who need to do what and what need to do what or whatever the case may be. And for y'all that burn bridges and don't have no shame and coming back saying, hello, y'all amaze me. So on that note, I ain't got shit else. Y'all truly amaze me. How y'all have no problem burning them damn bridges. Look at that 6 of swords. Like I said, some of y'all have no problems. But other than that, though, yeah, it goes both ways. So I'm finna upload this. Energies for the month. So some of y'all may be going through. Sorry for the lit.